Welcome, welcome, and let's catch up on books, shall we? Today we're going to talk about Katabasis, and it was only my fifth book of the year. Don't judge me, I am getting slowly through my list, through my TBR, and I have so many hobbies, so reading books wasn't that quick for me this year yet. So Katabasis was my fifth book of this year, and I really liked it. What are you seeing me do is preparing the book for reading. I usually do with thicker books because this little exercise, which leaves your fingers sore and stained with printing ink, it helps to keep the spine more intact. So basically the spine doesn't break as easily. So you will still have some creases on it, but it's not actually going to break. I'm not very super safe with books. However, I still like to keep them nice. Also, you don't have to twist your book like I do. It's just because my hand was still hurting, so I only was able to do it with my left hand. Apart from preparing the book itself for reading, I also prepare the pouch, my annotation pouch. So here you can see what I add there usually. I have some sticky notes, some paper sticky notes, I have some tabs, and also an erasable pen. Somehow I find it very convenient to annotate with. Don't have too much history with dark academia, but it really sounds appealing to me. And I usually like academia settings. I previously quite liked studying, believe it or not, physics was my most favorite subject. And one of the quotes was very funny and it was related to physics, so I giggled a little bit. Also, I read Babel by R.F. Kuang previously, and I quite liked it a lot. So like a mini review, what I really liked from Babel is the way that magic was based on languages. And I am trilingual and I understand a couple more languages. So the essence of magic being based on the translations and the word meaning different things in different languages meant a lot to me, and it was so fun to listen to because I listened it on the audiobook. So it was really nice and I really liked the way that she was telling the story. So once she announced Katabasis, it definitely got on my TBR. I waited a little bit to buy the book itself because I definitely wanted to annotate it. Maybe my annotations are not very fancy or elaborate. I just wanted to highlight some of the quotes and references for myself. So I really wanted to have a paper copy, not the audiobook or ebook. So I got this one. And I chose this particular cover partially because of the cover, but also because it had slightly creamier pages and not stark white pages, because that was what the choice at the shop was. So yeah, and once I got into it, I read it for me quite quickly. I wouldn't say that I'm a slow reader. It just was the case of having a little bit of time each day and doing my reading. It was quite an easy read, even though there were some academia references, and I was really excited when I needed to Google something and read about something, and there were references to actual scientists, or mainly I think it was philosophers. Yeah, so I really enjoyed that aspect of it, and the depiction of hell was quite interesting. How it was based as a campus, as a university. It looked very interesting as well. You never knew what's going to happen, where they're going, what is waiting for them at the next stop. I enjoyed that aspect quite a lot. I wouldn't say that I struggled with any particular part of the book, or I had a problem with any part of the book. There was a little bit of a slower period for me. It was towards the end. Maybe I would say maybe around like 100 pages towards the end. Not the end itself, but towards the end. It was a little bit slower to read for me. I almost gave it a 5 stars. However, there were some points with the plot itself. I was craving for a little bit higher ups and lower lows, maybe. What is nice about the characters that they are actually broken, they are actually flawed, and they feel like real people. So I really wanted to see a little bit more of higher ups, especially since it was more as, well, at least I was expecting it to be dark academia with romance in it, especially one on the cover. It says "To Hell with Love." Yes, there are several very cute moments, which I highlighted and I really liked and I tabbed them, but I really was expecting just a tiny bit more. So that was a little gripe with the book from my side. So that would be also in the period which those 100 pages were a little bit slower. The character development, we also see some of that, and you can quite understand the place they're coming from and where they end up. So that's quite nice to see. They're not flat. Overall rating, I would say it was 4.5 star for me. I really like using Fable for that because you can put half stars. So 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed it with a couple of flaws. Maybe it was a little bit less liked by me compared to Babel. So I still enjoyed Babel a little bit more, but still Katabasis was a very enjoyable book. And judging from how fast I read it, it is deserving of high stars from me. Who would enjoy the book, who would I recommend the book, is maybe people who like academia, but they don't want to really overload their brains with maybe too deep of philosophies or difficult reads, maybe, because my academia book should be still easy to read when I'm half asleep before bed and still comprehend the story and whatever is going on and what references are being made. So I think that Katabasis has a great balance for that. So if you enjoy that type of book, go ahead and read Katabasis. If you are expecting a lot of romance and spice, there is no spice at all. So don't go into this book thinking that. And even with the romance, it's barely there. It's still very cute. It doesn't overshadow the story or anything. So keep in mind that. And yes, I am definitely happy with the fact that I read this book. And now it's going to take its honorable place on my bookshelf, which I only have 2 of the small ones, the tiny shelves. So it has its honorable place right in the front where I can see it. And that would be it for my Katabasis review. Like and subscribe to see more, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.